So whether you're looking for an office space, a business space, or you're just looking for home rentals, getting good lodging and accommodation is often hell for both the landlords and landladies, and especially for also the tenants. Hi, my name is Rafa Godlove. Welcome to the School of Life. It's a program where I sit down and try to give you life lessons in a way that is easy to digest. My intention for doing this is to help you make informed decisions and to help you become a better person. On today's edition, we talk about accommodation, and I'll begin by sharing what tenants need to look out for, and then I'll also talk about what landladies and landlords need to look out for. You're welcome to join me. So let's begin with tenants. This is what you need to know about accommodation before you get into an engagement to get accommodation for whatever reason that you're getting accommodation or lodging. Okay, the first thing you need to know is the budget. Now, statistics have proven that housing and feeding is what consumes most of people's paycheck. Okay, what you should try to do is to live below your means. It's important to live below your means, meaning that you should spend no more than 25 to 30% of your salary. And so if your salary is say 100,000 francs, your rent should not cost more than 25,000 francs or 30,000 francs. Okay, that way you keep your rents between 25 and 30% of your salary. That way you keep within your budget. I'm not saying that if you can afford more, because some people are like, I cannot live here because I can afford more bed. Generally in life, feeding and accommodation, if you don't have a personal house, accommodation and feeding consumes a lot. For those who hustle and work, they know what I'm talking about. I was personally looking at my own bills, the bills I have, because I have a private house on my own, and then I rent a store and things like that. I was looking at the quantity of money I give to landlords in a year. It's frightening. Okay, it's something you look at, it's just traumatizing. You're like, man, I could do something good with this money. So that's it. Accommodation is expensive. Try to keep it as low as possible. There's no sense in living in a lavish house, and I've seen people do this. They rent a car, they don't even have a parking space. No, they actually buy a car, they don't have a parking space, and they live in rented homes till they retire. Because their rents were so high, they could afford it because their salary was, going through, but it didn't give you enough money to leverage and maybe buy a piece of land or do something else or build a house or buy a house or something. But you're just living within, money comes in and all of it is used. It doesn't give you time to save some extra cash aside. That's why it's advisable to live below your means. If it's tidy, if it's organized, but even if you can afford more, just live below your means. It's going to help you, have extra money to do something else. That's the first thing to know. Find out about the budget. The next thing to find out about when you're getting into wanting to get accommodation or lodging for whatever purpose is the bills. It's the bills. I don't know about other countries, but I'm going to tell you about Cameroon. In Cameroon, landlords and landladies do not pay bills. They don't pay light bills and they don't pay water bills because they make their tenants pay those bills. They sell you a unit of bills very expensive and they try to cheat you. They connect cables, they attach their cables to yours so that your bills increase and they don't pay bills ever. It's just some form of dishonesty. These things I'm saying are things that are known and nobody wants to stand up and talk about them, but I'm talking about them, and I don't care if you're a landlord and you're a landlady and you're getting offended, but it's the truth. And if you're a child and you're living in a home where your parents do this to other tenants and you're just watching and sitting quiet, I'm laughing at you. Ha 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 ha. I'm laughing at you because you will not be around your parents for the rest of your life. That's the truth. You have to go out somewhere also and probably rent a different house. Because your parents don't have houses all over the country. Do they? Your parents don't have houses in every town. Do they? Going to the university, you might need to stay with a different landlord. Going to university, my mother says, whatever you plant, you harvest. You treat people's children badly, you treat people badly, your own children or your own family members are going to get into another person's house. And that same thing that you've done will be done to them in more quantities. The law of karma, whatever you plant, you harvest, and in larger quantity. We need to stand up to our parents. We need to stand up and tell people what is right and what is not right. Not disrespectfully, but saying that, listen, this is not right. We cannot accept it. Because what you're planting now are just seeds that will follow me later on in my future. That people that they hurt people's children so bad, they cheat and manipulate, and then when their own children grow up, nothing works for them. And they sit and say, I don't know, maybe my child is cursed. Nothing really works. They tried this business, it does not work. They tried this one, it does not work. But you've forgotten that you were cheating people and manipulating people and stressing the hard-working Cameroonians that were living in your home. Hard-working Nigerians that were living in your home. Hard-working citizens of the universe that were living in your accommodation and lodging facility. You planted the seeds. We need to be very, very careful. It's a shameful thing that you manipulate bills and you try to cheat people and all of that. It's just disgraceful. It's dishonest. And I think that it should stop. If you live with those kind of parents, I'm telling you the truth, you should really separate yourself from those kind of parents, because what they're teaching you is how to be dishonest. Okay? They're teaching you how to be dishonest. They're teaching you how to, cheat people and feel that it's okay to do it. Because everybody does it. And Rafa, what do you think you can do? You think that you can change Cameroon? I don't need to change Cameroon. I need to change myself. I need to develop my own self, my own integrity, I need to be somebody with right standing. Okay? I don't need for Cameroon to change. I just need for myself to change. Irrespective of what is happening to Cameroon, it doesn't affect me. I'm my own person. I believe in morality. I believe in integrity. I believe in honesty. I believe in doing things the right way. And let me tell you the truth. People say, when you're honest, things don't work out well for you and you always lose. I don't. I have clients that come from out of town to sew clothes with me. It's not witchcraft. It's not like they don't know other tailors and other people who can do beautiful clothes. But the problem is, all the times that they've worked with me, sometimes even sending money and then I'll only buy fabric and then send back the clothes that I've already sewn. I respect rendezvous. I respect appointments. I'm honest. I do my work with integrity. That's why everybody wants to work with me. And then they always trust me because I've proven that I have integrity. And now when they come, I can tax them as high as I want. They'll pay. Because if you give it to A, B, C, they're going to steal your fabric. They're not going to respect rendezvous. They're going to deceive you. They're not even going to respect deadlines. I've seen people who have not delivered clothes and it was supposed to be used for a wedding. And they've not even started sewing. I've seen brides cry their life out. They're like, technicians are liars. And people come to me like, everybody's a liar. And you're technicians just liars. I'm like, no, I'm not. I have integrity. And if you say that everybody is a liar around people that know me, they'll just laugh at you. They'll be like, give him even 2 days, he's going to deliver. So I think that we need to become honest and we need to find out about bills. Back to what we're talking about. We're talking about accommodation and that people should stop making tenants pay for their bills. It's disgraceful. It's manipulative. It's not to be done. And the funny thing, the funny thing is, some of these landlords and landladies that are members of CMFA, that are members of CWA, CWF, that church women and church men, they call the name of God. What are you calling the name of God for when your Christianity cannot push you to just live an honest life? This is the reason why I don't really like church people. I'm telling you the truth. I don't mean to offend people, but I'm just telling you the truth. If you want to call the name of God, then you should depart from everything that which is evil. Basic things like telling lies and manipulating people's bills, and you do it all the time. And it doesn't prick your conscience. You sit in church, you still do church activities, and you feel that's what makes you a Christian. If your Christianity cannot relate to day-to-day life things, then get some dark on and sit yourself, because you're not a Christian. You're a church goer. That's what you are. You're not a Christian in the real sense of the word Christian. Your parents manipulate people's bills. Your parents steal from people and things like that. You're comfortable. You don't know that tomorrow you're going to see it in your own future. You don't know that tomorrow you might live in another person's house. We need to be careful the kind of seeds that we plant because it follows our children and our children's children. It's not to be done. We need to be honest. We need to start doing things with integrity. If you watch this video and you continue living in dishonesty, it's your personal business, but that's important that tenants need to know about bills. How are bills going to be paid? If your landlord or your landlady disturbs you a lot, just buy a prepaid meter. It's a meter where once you connect it, you're the one who recharges your current, the electrical power in it, and just get a prepaid meter. A prepaid meter you can carry to any city and any town that you go. It's just a personal asset that once you get there, you connect your prepaid meter and you don't have all of the stress sharing bills and things like that. So that's that as far as bills are concerned. The third and last thing I need tenants to understand when they're looking for lodging and accommodation is that they need to make boundaries. You need to create boundaries. You need to boundaries, relationship boundaries. Don't be talking about your family members to people. Don't be talking about your personal life. Don't be talking about nothing. Because I've seen situations where in my own personal life, I had a landlady who would she'll come to my trash can. And what is this? And what is this packet for? And what is this? What kind of bone is this? She wants to know what kind of meat you eat. She wants to know what kind of... She's supervising your life. At first, I was naive and I was like, okay, probably she doesn't know what crackers look like, or probably she doesn't know what this packet looks like. And I'll be explaining. Then I discovered that it became a kind of situation where the story was now, oh, you live so well, or you feed so well. I'm like, I work hard. I don't have to explain myself or apologize for the things that I want to have and feed or feel comfortable. So you have to create those boundaries and you have to just be very, very careful. And all of the gossip, when you come to an area, just be careful, find out about what is happening. Especially if you're living in a house where there are other tenants already, or it's a big cité, or it's, find out that when you come to a cité, just ask like, who is the gossip here? Because they never lack. You always meet them. Find out like, who is the gossip in this place? Who is the this? Who is the that? Just kind of find out and know who to avoid and know who not to avoid. Okay? So that's as far as it goes, as far as tenants are concerned. Now I'll talk about the landlords and landladies, because I'm not going to just bash them and say, oh, they're cheating people with bills and everything. I'm going to also talk about what they need to know as far as accommodation is concerned. The first thing a landlord or a landlady must know as far as accommodation is concerned is how many people are going to be living in that house. There are people that they rent out a single room and then they crowd the room with a lot of family members, and at the end of the day they damage your house faster, because the more people that live in a house, the more the house gets damaged. Okay, they damage your house, they dirty the walls, they scatter places, it's not tidy. Okay, so you need to limit that. You also need to know how many pets they're going to have. Are they going to have a rabbit, a dog, a snake, whatever kind of pets that they have? So you need to find out how many pets, and the limit should be like 3 pets, no more than 3 pets. The reason being that in a house where there's a lot of pets, there'll be a lot of damage. As a landlady or a landlord, your intention is to give your house to these people in peace, and for them to leave it in peace, not in pieces, not with things broken, not with stains on the walls, not with a lot of damage and things like that. You want the house to be airy. And talking about even point number 1, the number of people to live in a house. Sometimes when people live in the house a lot, they fill up your toilets. That's another problem. They don't only damage the house, but they fill up your toilets, and your sewage gets blocked and things like that. So you need to be very, very careful. Okay, when you're giving out your house, you need to find out how many people are going to be there. If possible, give it a minimum or a maximum number that should not be exceeded. You could say not more than 5 people. I cannot allow more than 5 people to live here. So that's that. You also need to talk about the caution fee. As a landlord or a landlady, you need to talk about the caution fee. And why do people talk about the caution fee? The caution fee is important because it's a deposit that is paid so that if damage is done to the house, you can renovate the house. I've seen tenants that walk away from houses and they don't even tell their landladies that they're leaving. They just took their things one after another and they disappeared. You felt that they were going to come back from work and come home, and they just left. And sometimes they just leave the door open and go their way. They don't even give you back the keys and things. So you need caution, because if something is damaged, you have to repair it, and it becomes your losses. So it's important. It's important. Also, this is especially important for tenants who have violent behavior. They're going to fight and bang doors and break windows and things like that. You need caution, okay? Because you don't want your house destroyed, and if it's destroyed, then people need to, pay for it to be renovated. So that is what you look out for as a tenant, and that's what you look out for as a landlord or landlady when people are coming to rent your house. The lease is obviously not exhaustive. It's not like definite. It's not like finite, but I think that it's enough to guide you, and so that you make informed decisions, and it's enough to help you so that you don't just walk into it like a blind person, like a leap in the dark. Okay, it's there to guide you, and you could ask from other tenants and ask from other landlords and things like that. Let them share ideas on how they deal with different clients and how they deal with different tenants and things like that. And you can also ask other tenants how they deal with different kinds of landlords, so that people live in peace. And I think that I just want to insist again that landlords and landladies need to really stop cheating tenants in terms of bills and things like that, because it has been done to me all the time. I didn't say some of the times, I say all the time. It's a creepy situation. It's a very, very creepy situation, and it's like one of the things that I really check out for. I want to know who pays the bills. I want to know how the bills will be, how the bills will be calculated and things like that. You want to know all of that in the beginning. So my name is Rafa Godlove. We've come to the end of this video. I hope that you've learned one or two things that can help you, make informed decisions and make your life better than it used to be, and just help you become wiser in life. So that's that. I'll see you some other time. Until next time. Bye-bye.